Hello there, and a very warm welcome to you for this week's France Buying Guide's YouTube presentation. Well, there are so many reasons why buying in France, whether it's for a permanent home or a second holiday home, is a great idea. And this week I'd just like to focus on four reasons that I can think of that are really pretty major ones. I would love to hear from you your own reasons. I'm sure you can think of several, so do come back to me with what you consider as one of the joys of living in France or buying a place in France. Well, the first thing I'd like to focus on, ably aided by my two dogs in the background, is the closeness. It's not a huge deal to buy a house in France. If you're concerned about friends and family, then just consider that France is our nearest European neighbour, and access to all regions is really excellent. There's a first-class road and rail network, there are regional airports all over the country, and you can always go back and forth with relative ease, as your family and friends can do to come and visit you in France. You'll be spending real quality time with them. You may be even closer than you realise. It's a great feeling of availability everywhere. It's an easy thing to do. Don't be put off by the fact that you are buying somewhere in a different country. We're actually driving up to Germany on our way home to England for Christmas, and that's one of the other things we love, that you haven't actually got to cross water to go to other countries. We've often been down to Spain, for example. So that's another real plus. The second thing I would like to talk about is value for money. It still amazes me at what you can get in France compared to what you can get in the UK. We bought this house that I'm sitting in and we're renovating for about €200,000, and it's over 3,000 square feet. It has a great garden with it too. It needs work doing, obviously, but then again, what could you get for the same value in England? I don't think very much. Remember also that a lot of older properties do come with some land or a decent garden, and this opens up a huge amount of choice. So value for money is definitely a good reason to buy in France. Thirdly, the health and the education system are both excellent here. Make no mistake, the French healthcare system is one of the best in the world. You can still affiliate to it if you're over retirement age. Nothing has changed. However, a new law came in a couple of years ago, which means that if you're under retirement age, you do need to take out some private medical insurance. But even so, the treatment is fantastic. I have several friends who've had to have quite serious treatment here. They are thorough and slick. Education, again, is widely regarded as superior to that in England. The state schools are fine. There's quite an emphasis on academia rather than perhaps sports and arts. But in principle, it's great. And remember this, if you have young children and you come to France when they're young, they will end up speaking French with no accent at all, and they'll learn it relatively quickly. That's a certainty. Lastly, variety and refreshment. France offers a huge diversity of landscapes, architecture, weather. When we were looking for our property, we actually found it really hard to choose. There are so many lovely areas. There's a wealth of choice of character properties, and don't forget that the French don't really like doing properties up. So if that's what you'd like to do, you should have a great choice of places. There's a variety of activities too. It's very seasonal. Where we live in the Languedoc-Roussillon, even now in the winter time, there are several things going on every weekend, actually sometimes in the week as well. There are concerts, fêtes, flower festivals. You'll find this everywhere. In rural France, they make a great effort to offer entertainment of all sorts. So in a nutshell, if you're looking to kickstart your life and France is your bag, I would go for it. It's a wonderful place. It's not going to go out of fashion. You're not going to lose on property. And all I can tell you is that we've had a ball since we've been here and really love everything about it. So that's really it for this week. I wish you well. I hope everything's going well for your Christmas plans. But until next week, I wish you as always bonne santé from me and from Eddie and Alfie. And see you next week. Bye bye.